Hi guys, welcome to our YouTube channel where I talk about stable coins, and happy new year. This is another year 2022 and this is our first video. And every new year everybody comes with a new year resolution. Some want to slim down, some want to buy their first property, some want to buy a house, and some want to invest wisely. I'm here to encourage as many that want to invest wisely to invest in cryptocurrency. Many are skeptical about cryptocurrency. I don't know about that thing, that thing's going to fade out with time. No, cryptocurrency has given birth to many things that I've talked about in my video, where people actually call me that I don't understand this NFT, I don't understand this metaverse. They all couple with NFT. I will be able to show you how they interconnect with each other. And just for you to know what makes the difference between poor and the rich is the decision they make in how to invest. Some invest 50 to 70% of what they have, and the other invest 5 to 10% of what they have. They are both going to have a result, but different results. Always know that every investment has its own risk. Well, if you do your own feasibility study and you check what you're actually investing on, you will know the risk in it and you're able to guide yourself through. See, cryptocurrency has made a lot of people multi-millionaire, and I'll be showing you some of those years made millionaire and how much they invest. Start as little as you can, but invest wisely. Don't go and put all your savings in bank, and when it's time to invest you can only bring in 5 to 10% out of it because you don't want to play the risk. The risk make millionaire. That is why we keep using the phrase the rich are getting richer, because they make the biggest risk in their decision of investing. And people only know about Bitcoin, and many are thinking, okay, what is this other project they are talking about? Why look at other cryptocurrency beyond Bitcoin? Not all crypto assets are intended for use as currency. Some are designed to be solution to decentralized projects and services. See, aside from technical capability that differentiates some crypto from Bitcoin, their intended utility, they have something similar. Many cryptocurrencies have a smaller market capitalization. The total number of the assets multiplied by the current market price of a single asset. And as much as the potential to see far higher percentage from return than investing solely in Bitcoin due to the lower capital inflow intended to move price because of how much you could invest. However, investing in a smaller cap crypto generally comes with its own high risk, as equally with a lower liquidity price can fall as quickly as even quickly than the price rise. What is the thinking when building a crypto portfolio? What do you think about? How do you play the risk when you want to think about it? But is it similar to building a stock portfolio? They have similar risk when you're thinking about it. When building cryptocurrency portfolio, diversification is important. Just know that. I personally learned how to build a crypto portfolio by starting with a large capital. So by starting with a large cap crypto first, such as Bitcoins and Ethereum, as they have been around for the longer time. And from a security perspective, they are more robust blockchains, and they have actively building a lot of blockchains out there today. But what did I look out for? I also look at the interesting altcoins, those that have a unique use for case, or those that are trying to solve real problem or fulfill a need. But as they tend to be in their infancy, remember, some of them are just starting. But this is one thing I do again. I allocate a smaller percentage of my holding to those crypto assets. Other thing I try to do in the crypto space is that I try to have the exposures to as many different types of crypto assets, like those that are aiming to fulfill different needs or solving different problems compared to Bitcoin. So these are the things you need to actually look out for when you are investing in crypto space. And if you are investing in those with a low cap market, you need to look out for what are the solutions they are there to offer. I'll be showing you something today that will shock you. Those that saw a project at the early stage and they invest in it and how they change their life. So don't just think that, oh, I can't invest in this thing now because he has this risk. See, he has a risk. Everything we do in life every day have a risk. But when you're coming into business, you must have the mind of positive thinking of how to turn this investment around. How can you make this year different from every other year if you come in to invest in crypto space? Crypto is very volatile, but you have to understand the concept of it. Why is NFT in it? Why is metaverse that is the next thing as gold to change the world, just as gold changed the world in 19th century? But look at what I'll be showing you today. What happened in the crypto space? See, there's a coin that came out in October 2020, and those that invest in it at the early stage, how it changed their life. See, Shiba Inu trader make 15 million in the space of 1 year from just investment of 17 pounds. That is, it's amazing how somebody can make 15 million from 17 pounds. And you look at it, what did they do different? They saw the coins when they first came out and they invest. Say when it was accepted from exchange platform, a massive spike in the volume, saw his investment shoot up to 6 million, and he never pull out his money. And then he look at it again and what is going to happen. The second spike in October last in 2021 saw the digital wallet to hit 15 million with an investment of 17 pounds. Let me show you another two brothers who they came in far after this guy and they make their own money again. They make from 7,900, they now worth 9 million. How can this be? These are the things we'll be showing you in today's video. How can this be that these two brothers make this in crypto space? See, said the family initial investment was $7,900. It's now worth 9 million as at on Thursday, and even CNN picked the news. When two brothers who started with, they first put 100 and another put 100, they call their mom, they start calling each other, how much you can afford, and they started putting it together. If you look at it here, their mother and the sister put $100, I mean, and another time they put another $100, and everything was going, and before they know, and while they are preparing for their wedding, the money shoot up to 100,000. They still even pull it out. In their present, the money shoot up to 700,000. They didn't pull it out because they can see what the project is about to do, and now suddenly it now worth 9 million. Are you thinking this is still game? Let me show you the biggest of it all. The guy who invested. See, this guy invested 5,800 on Shiba, and he has 70 trillion coins. And do you know how much the guy worth today? Let me show you how much he worth today. He worth 4 billion. This is not story, and that's why we intend to show people this is real. Worth 4 billion in the crypto space. How can we make a difference in this season that we are? See, don't just sit back and be procrastinating how you want to make it when you are not investing. I mean, people of faith, I come from a faith, but this has nothing to do with our background of religion. I know the Muslims don't like to invest in anything gambling. Crypto is not gambling. Christians are intent to, they've prayed about financial breakthrough, but this is an opportunity to invest, but some of them stay back because they are waiting for somebody to spike them that is now to invest. It doesn't work that way. Every billionaire used their instincts when they gave them investment. They look at the risk, they do what they call feasibility study, and they check it, and they now go in to invest properly. Cryptocurrency, when it first started, as a matter of fact, Bitcoin is now 13 years old. It started 2008 after the global financial problem. They came up and people never believed in it, and it was there. They keep doing their stuff, and today, 13 years down the line, it rise to 70,000 per one. So that's why to start with, because if you say, oh, I want to start and I want to go for Bitcoin, one Bitcoin now, the market is doing what they call correction, is in correction, is around $50,000 to $60,000. And you look at it, you can't go into that. There are smaller ones you can go into that has potential to be great. So it's you to actually check. There are many projects which I've talked about in some of my videos, and you can watch them and do your own research. I talk about Phantom Token. It's doing extremely well with their own blockchain, with their own smart contract. I talk about Cardano. Cardano is another coin that you can't just forget about them. Though their price crash and is at the level now because something is about to happen. These are the kind of projects you go into when they are in their deep. Cardano is in serious deep now, and it's the best time for people to go into Cardano. In my last video, I talk about metaverse and I talk about HOD, known as Odeo. That is another one with its own marketplace. I've talked about Gala token. I've talked about Sandbox. I've talked about Mana. I've talked about many of them in the gaming world. Go, a new year resolution. Do your own research. And many people do not understand how NFT is connected to Bitcoin. I'll be sharing with you again why they look similar. Difference between NFT and cryptocurrency. See, here he said, how is an NFT different from cryptocurrency? The NFT stands for non-fungible token. And if you need to understand about NFT and what they stand for, what they are used for, you need to go and watch our last video where I talk about what NFT are used for and they're different. You need to go and see that. It's all about strictly for NFT. Say it's generally built on the same kinds of programming as cryptocurrency, like Bitcoin or Ethereum. But that's where the similarity ends. So they have different things, but that's where it ends. NFT exists on a blockchain, which is a distributed public ledger that we call transaction. So that is, and there is totally different from what Bitcoin is doing. And what other things? An NFT is created or is muted from digital objects that represent both tangible and intangible items, including arts, gift, video and sport alighting, collectible, virtual avatar, where metaverse comes in. Virtual avatar, that's where metaverse comes in. And video games. And what are the other things they are used for? So they are used for different things. For ticketing, they are used for ticketing also. And they are also using for events. When an event wants to go on, where metaverse comes in, people will be using them. Say NFT is where all the avatar is being sold. See the first avatar, so there's avatar of Tyson Fury that was sold for nearly $1 million. Just the avatar of Tyson Fury. And this, the difference between them and Bitcoin. Bitcoin, you are buying the coins, but or not just Bitcoin or in cryptocurrency, you are buying the coins. But on NFT, you are buying avatar to keep. Either you bid for it or you trade for it. You are buying that to keep, and when the price go up, you can list it again and sell it. And where does it make a difference to metaverse? And now, metaverse is another one where there is a real estate project in metaverse. Say real estate in the metaverse is booming. is really crazy, such as a crazy idea at the moment on the metaverse. And people are saying metaverse is actually virtual reality, where the first land was sold at 2.4 million on the metaverse. And people are looking 2.4 million to sell in a metaverse, in a virtual world. And the virtual world can only be accessible by using the virtual reality glass. When you put that on, that's when you are in the world. And you'll be thinking, why are people buying this? You need to watch our last video where I talk about what they are doing in metaverse. Well, I will be able to show you some of the things in metaverse. They build house there and their property sold there. And now people want to share property in the metaverse world. Let me just go through this and see. But in the recent months, we have seen significant investment in the virtual land within the metaverse world. PwC is among the latest to derive in having purchased a real estate in the metaverse, in the real estate in the sandbox, a virtual gaming world, for an undisclosed amount. And that's another thing. And look at this. It said, if other reported sales are anything to go by, it will have been an awesome amount. One person recently bought a plot of the land in the Snowverse, a virtual world rapper known as Snoop Dogg, and that you can also see in our last video. And it's developing within the sandbox for $450,000 just to be neighbor to Snoop Dogg. And the first land in the metaverse world was actually sold for 2.4 million on another project known as Decentraland, and their native token is Mana. But look at it. These are how it looks like in the metaverse world. You see yourself when you put on the glass, you come into the metaverse like this, and probably maybe you come naked, I don't know, or you have to buy all the artifacts on your body, the clothes, the designer. As a matter of fact, there is a video that shows that H&M have opened their first metaverse store. H&M is known as those who sell clothing designer. So Tommy, Gucci could be going into, because they are driving in already to be selling their own designer on the metaverse. And you'll be thinking, what are people wearing designer for in the metaverse? Because there will be concerts going on in the metaverse. There will be conference and meeting going on in the metaverse that needs you to dress up for, and people needs to be there at that place. I'm showing you something here. It said the word metaverse is now defined in the Oxford Dictionary as a virtual reality space in which user can interact with a computer generated environment and other user. Such as Stevenson really wasn't far off. He was the first to talk about metaverse in the year 1999 in the Cyberpunk, and the novel is called Snow Crash, when he first talked about metaverse and nobody take him serious. And then now we are in it. These are how it looks like in the metaverse world. How can you come into this? That is where this video, how can you come into this in your home when you cannot purchase at virtual land? The virtual land, they are one going for $13,000 upward. In my last video, I showed the one that was sold for $185,000, and there are bigger one. Snoop Dogg bought his own and is to building his own empire where musical concerts will be going. You can watch that in our last video. But how can you come in if you cannot afford to buy the virtual land, and you look at it? Oh, what can I do different? That is where all the token in cryptocurrency comes in. There are 8,000 plus projects out there in the crypto space, and you can look into them. There are many of them in the gaming world today. They are in the metaverse changing the world. Why can't you take your time? Don't just sit back and procrastinating and looking at people becoming rich and you are still there. Look into many projects. We'll try as much to be dropping one video every week so that people can come in People, we can encourage you to look at the frame project and invest in it. See, we started shooting our first video late 2021, and people have been there watching. You can encourage us, you can join us by supporting us, share our link, like our video, subscribe to our YouTube channel. As the year is 2022, we want to try as much to have 22,000 subscribers. We can make it happen. Let's first hit our first 1,000. Join us, share our link. We can rub mind together, and if you have any question, you can always put it down the comments section so that we can look into and we talk about some of them. And like I said, we're looking out. When we have more subscribers and we have more fans viewing our contents, we can bring in experts to talk to us on crypto space. Experts from the States, from every part of Europe, and those in Africa, back even in Nigeria, to talk about all this peer-to-peer. So one of the things crypto came to offer is to take middleman out by bringing the smart contracts, by doing peer-to-peer through Binance, not paying to somebody to help you buy. You can buy yourself. Binance make it so easy that in your country you can transfer money to the person who wants to buy and the person who wants to sell, and you cannot be default, because as soon as you click buy and the person clicks sell, what Binance is doing in between is to hold the amount of what you want to buy and the amount the person wants to sell, and keep it until the proof of transaction payment is made, and it will be released back to you. And when there is no proof, it returns back to the sender, and it's never way that they are duping people. So that is what it came to offer. But when I hear that people are helping you to do peer-to-peer, to help you buy and to help you pay to them, and the person who wants to sell send to you, you can do all this. It's all out there on the internet. Use the internet for the good use and support our video. I remain your host, Olugbenga. Till we meet again, keep doing what you're doing best.